Well, honestly, my life has been in a dealer. I haven't really done anything outside a dealer except for those 3 days when I first started. So trying to get as much knowledge has always been more beneficial. Learning from the advisors, seeing how they do things, and even with parts. A couple times when there's no parts guy around, I learned to use the computer so I can look up a part and I can explain to them, hey, here's the VIN. I put it in. This is the
Yeah.
part I need.
Yeah.
Everybody saves time instead of having to wait.
But
I mean,
you're one of the patient and understandable one. Then you have those technicians who will just come and beat down the rear counter. Where's my part? Yada yada yada. I mean, I've seen it.
It's not a good environment when you have people like that.
Yeah.
I know the nature of our business is to serve the customer. And everybody wants their customers served the best and the fastest.
Yeah.
It can't always be that way. There are always going to be some type of problem that will arise where, the part order didn't come in, or the part order that's wrong, or that part didn't fix it.
Yes.
Because the mentality is the faster I get this car out of here, I'm on to the next one to do the next job. So it's been good and bad. But I think for the most part, even as technicians, you see, in the multiple dealers that I've been, you're going to have your good and your bad. And it's that mix that if you can have a good flow of systems and you learn, okay, you know what the advisor's doing, you can help an advisor, or you can help a parts guy. The flow would be a little bit easier as opposed to I just sit here and wait and bitch and moan. Or I'll just, throw a temper tantrum where the customer is, and the whole dealership looks down upon, right?
Yes. And at the same time, that is a part of the environment, as you say, and the strategy that the leadership is using within the company, within the dealership, right? If they are customer centric, customer satisfaction focused, and the paramount about the mission, the vision, the value is respect for people, then you won't have that continuous clash between parts and service and sales and all that. They look at the overall goal of the dealership to know that customer satisfaction is number one. It's our priority. And when you work in collaboration with each other in a friendly and respectful manner, then everything else will flow freely.
That's your goal.
Yes.
Well, we always try, right?
I know, but sometimes it's difficult because of the different personalities that are around, right? And that's just basically where it is.
Yes.
But you went into the changes that you've seen, and we also went into the experiences and the scope based on where you are now. But tell us, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced while honing your skills during that time?
One of the biggest things I found is that because I've moved to other dealers, maybe this dealer wasn't working out and I could found a dealer that was hiring for more money. Usually a dealer doesn't want to give you money, so you move to another dealer.
Yeah.
He's going to give you more money. But how every dealer I found always does things differently. It's the way they've done it, and it's hard for that dealership to change. I don't know why they don't. If somebody comes in new and say, hey, I have an idea.
Yeah.
We don't try that because we don't want to do that here.
Really?
Without even giving it hey, maybe we can try it out and see if it works. Every dealer I've been to, they will always say, no, this is the way we do things. And you have to get into that groove of how we do things there.
Yeah, it is. It's the individual mindset, because one of the what do you call it now, popular phrases for Toyota is continuous improvement. So, I mean, if you're talking about if you're talking about a Toyota dealership in particularly, and it is challenging when you're there and they don't want to try new things to see if it works or not, then It is not the system. It's the person. It's the leadership of that dealership, right? That is where the problem lies.
I would say one dealer, Northwest Lexus, my first Lexus dealer, they were always trying to make improvements. We would have every Friday a circle. They called it Lexus Circle. All the service staff would get together to circle, and they would explain some of the things that have happened for the past week and what they were going to do to actually, okay, we're going to try this. We're going to, okay, we're not emailing customers anymore. We're going to just do phone, whatever they did. They tried every week. We did a Lexus Circle.
Right.
As the morale was kind of not another stupid circle I want to work type of thing. But believe it or not, it made it a little bit nicer because, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday next week, or it's, so-and-so's anniversary. Sometimes you don't get those human connections with other people because as a mechanic, hey, I got to work and I'll maybe talk to the guy next to me, but everybody else, I don't really deal with. So we did have a little more human connection, I found. If the dealership tries to get some type of interaction with its employees, but for the most part, it's always been a individual at a dealership.
Yeah.
Not so much would they, maybe they throw a pizza party here and there, or they had a catered event one time to celebrate something, but that's still not the same as some level of human interaction with each other that dealerships don't really have, because it's kind of cutthroat, where if you're not working on the car making money, somebody else is taking your work.
Yeah, that is a culture itself. That is a culture, right? That is a
And
culture.
flat rate's been around since, I believe 70s to the 80s. I know people were flat rate back then.
Yeah.
I love this story. A guy that I used to work with in Mississauga, when he started as an apprentice in 75, the door rate was $10 an hour, and he was paid $4 an hour as a mechanic.
Yeah.
So they were getting 40% share of door rate.
Okay.
So now the door rate, here we are, 2021, a door rate of $150 is an average for a dealership.
Okay.
And most techs are around $30. So that percentage we had of the door rate has gone down over the years. The door rate's been going from, when I started, they were at $90, $95, if I remember.
Yeah.
And it kept creeping up, $10 a year here, $20 a year, it kept creeping up.
Yeah.
But mechanic salaries barely changed. But if you talk to people who don't know mechanics, when they go to the dealer and they see $150, they say, wow, the technician gets $100 an hour. No. It's a perception.
Yeah, it is.
And I found when the dealer wants to give the customer a break, they tend to say, okay, well, I won't charge her for that. As opposed to, so I'll do the work for free, so you don't have to charge a customer, instead of, say, making her pay $100 an hour as opposed to $150.
Right.
So you get a little bit of tug of war between what dealerships want to pay between the mechanic and the customer. It's a little bit of a not tug of war, but I don't want to cut my profits out. So, and I don't want to lose the customer. I want to give them something to make them happy. And where's it going to come from? It'll come from the technician. So I don't know, is maybe the answer going to not have flat rate? Do we go back to how I know there are dealerships, I have a few people who worked out like Walkerton, Goderich area, and they're not flat rate, they're just straight time, but they don't have 30, 40 cars a day, 50 when it's really good. they don't have the same number of clientele that GTA dealers have.
Right. Yeah, so it's easier for them to just pay them a straight salary, because they already know what their appointment system is for on their schedules are for weeks and months to come, because they capitalize on their UIO, which is the total units in operation, which is if you're out in the rural area, you already know exactly how many cars are out there. So they're able to forecast their sales and their budget for the rest of the year on a yearly basis, right? That is how it is done there. But let me move on to the next question. Yeah, interesting, because a lot of people don't even understand this flat rate system, or the labor rate system, and how much is charged. At the end of the day, the customer gets a big bill, they cry about it, but if once the service writer, the service advisor goes around the back and start negotiating with the manager or whatever, then the mechanic is the one who always loses out, right? His money is going to be cut, and then the parts is cut as well, because you're going to be offering a discount on the part, not taking in consideration also the cost of sales that was required to bring that part in. So that is why we have these programs, Attillio, so persons can understand exactly the dynamics that takes place within the dealership, right? It is what it is, right? But I mean, currently, what are we? Do you did that challenge now? Are you working around it? Have you put it behind you, or you just move on to the next dealership that is offering more money?
Well, I think I'm at a dealership right now that's actually sees the value of an employee who goes a little bit above beyond what the minimum they ask for. So where I work right now, most of the staff has been there for 20 plus years. There's a few technicians who are into their mid 60s, and their speed is not what the dealership requires.
Right.
But you can't kick somebody out just because they're not as fast.
Yeah.
So they do have staff. Loyalty is very big to this dealership, and because maybe I'm not at that level where they are, where I'm tired all the time, or I just want easy work, I can still go a little bit above and beyond what I'm capable of.
And help out and carry most of the load.
Yeah, so they see it, management sees it, the advisors see it, and it's generated back where I'm never going to be losing out. If I have to do something for free, they've always been able to get my back and give me some time here and there.
Right.
Which I've never had that happen in another dealer. This is the first time a dealership's done this.
So there are good dealers out there. That's basically what you're saying. Yeah.
I found that this dealership, there does carry a little bit less stress, but in the trade-off, they don't have as much customers. Their customer base is less than other dealer.
Yeah.
So I make less money in turn. Whereas the other Lexus dealer was very high volume, a lot of cars, high stress, and I was making more money, but way more stress.
Way more, yeah. Sometimes the stress is not worth it. I tell a lot of people, right? I worked at a company for 15 years, and it was so stressful. Right, you have to every day it's about the numbers, every month it's about the reports, every quarter is about traveling to another country or a region and give workshops and conferences, and it was just high stress, and the customer volume, and dealing with staff, and dealing with passengers, not passengers, customers, dealing with other aspects of the businesses and the sublets and the franchises. And then I found that when I left and went to another dealership, the volume wasn't as high, right? The pay wasn't as the same. Actually, I got a pay cut, but at the same time, no, it was so much more relaxing, being able to do what you love in a more comfortable atmosphere, right? And I found that the management at this other job that I went to, they were more accommodating. They will sit, they will listen, they'll say, what is it, anything that you need, just let us know, right? And you get the budget to do what you want. And then they see the value of you bringing in more business. And the more business you bring, they said, okay, that is exactly what they want to see, right? You are the captain of your ship. Whatever you want to do, make it happen.